I mean, I've just literally just been to a viewing then this morning.
Yeah, how'd
Um,
it go?
so it was good. So I went to one on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
which was the one in Oriel in Wigan, which was a six bed HMO.
Yep,
Um, that was with a lad who I know quite well, Alex, who's a
yep.
sound lad, and he's built all his properties are built for like what's it
Social
called,
social
social
housing.
housing, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the guy that I went to today, it's a bit of a weird one. Like, I'm looking forward to hearing what you said about it because he told me that he's done rent to rent in the past. He's not really got time for service accommodation and Airbnb. And I said, oh, well, I do like a mixture of both.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying he's currently, I think, I'm not too sure if he was saying his uncle is the landlord.
Mm-hmm.
He's like has a lease over his uncle for the property, but then he can do what he wants with the property.
Okay. I mean, interesting situation.
Yeah, it
So it
seems a little
sounds
bit
like
like
so his
I don't
uncle
know.
has a lease on it.
Yeah, I think his uncle's the landlord, and then he has an agreement with his uncle where he basically rents it out to other people.
Yeah, I mean, it could be true, similar to like
Yeah,
in commercial property, like most buildings that you see it are on like a head lease, and then there's someone underneath that who then leases it out to other people as well. So similar to
yeah,
like rent to rent. It just sounds like basically his uncle's left him in charge of finding tenants almost, you know. But
yeah,
that tenant could still be you as a company,
yeah, yeah,
and he's probably paying one price to his uncle,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and then obviously the price he'd get from you guys would be a bit more, and that would be how he makes his bit on top, I guess.
yeah, yeah. And it was a good property. It was a four bed,
Yeah,
big massive kitchen. I think it was a one bathroom. I'm not too
yeah,
sure. It might have been two.
yeah,
Um, and it had like massive parking on the front. He
yeah,
needed two free cars. And he
yeah.
said he was looking at something close towards like the 2 grand a month.
Okay, decent. Where did you find it on Gumtree or?
Gumtree, and that was in Prestwich in Manchester.
Okay, cool.
I can
So
forward over. Really.
was it an HMO or?
Um, I'm not too sure. I just know it had four bedrooms. I don't think it was converted to HMO. No, it just had the four bedrooms.
That's fine. If they're only staying there on short-term basis and you just give them like a rolling contract weekly, then they're still not really, it's not their main residence, so it's not really classed as an HMO, you know.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
you can float
Right.
between
Sweet.
the lines a little bit,
Yeah.
but for like long-term sustainability, I'd rather you have one where there's more lenient rules with the HMO side, just so that you know you're never going to have to really pay for a license at any point, you know.
Yeah. 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 That's true. Yeah. Because I'm looking at both of those, and like I think they both kind of mentioned that they need like deposit and then the first month
Yeah,
like to get going.
yeah,
Um, like Alex's like six bed was obviously 2.5,
yeah,
and then but that's already fully like it has a HMO set up like with the
yeah,
fire doors and the locks on the doors and everything.
yeah.
But that'll just be carpeted. Whereas that one that guy just showed me it does need like
Bit of
a bit
love.
of work doing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough.
Um,
So we can work it out. Let's try and whittle them down, I guess. So you viewed how many now? Three?
two, just the two.
Two? And you've got
Yeah,
more
just the
viewings
two.
coming up?
I've not got more viewings coming up. I've got like a landlord who I'm going to try and get some more viewing sorted with, but
Hmm.
he's, his wife basically, right, I think he'll pass at some point this week, so I've just not
Ah,
messaged him.
it's tough. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
mentioning, yeah,
so
timing.
I'm just going to leave that, yeah, and then I'm going to try and pick back up with him maybe next week or the week after.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's more Charlie way, but I'm just going to keep peppering gum. I literally, whenever I just get a spare hour, I just go and Gumtree and take it marketplace and
That's
just
the way,
pepper and
mate.
go.
Yeah, that's what I'll be
Yeah,
doing straight after this. That's what we've got to do. Just whenever you get that
yeah,
hour, just hammer it, you know, as many messages as possible, and then you'll get the trickle effect of people messaging you throughout the day and over the next couple of days, and then when you get
yeah,
another hour, you go again, you know, and just keep filling that pipeline up.
yeah,
But if we look at Alex's then,
yeah.
so just to run numbers just quickly, just using the spreadsheet here, hopefully you can see it.
Yeah.
How much does he want roughly for it?
He said 2.5 he wants
Two
because
and,
that's kind of
two
what
and
he'd
a
get
half.
off the council. Yeah.
He reckons the council would give him that,
Mm.
and it's a five bed,
Six bed.
six bed. Okay. And what do you think you could get like from the rooms roughly?
Let me check what I was looking at the other day.
Is that the one we were speaking about on WhatsApp?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So we reckon 600 roughly, give or take.
Yeah. Yeah.
which would be 3,600 in terms of
Yeah.
gross. Are they all doubles, the bedrooms?
No, I think there's one that's a single.
Okay, so maybe 550. Maybe if we
Yeah.
say three 500, maybe the single might go for 500. So at 2.5, it doesn't really work because down here you can see the profit
Yeah.
426. Um, we could fiddle around with some of these numbers. I mean, council tax might only be 150, might be a little bit less, but um, generally speaking, those are going to be your costs in terms of operation costs, like running
Yeah.
costs, give or take £50 here or there. But
Yeah.
down here where we've got the potential profit, we like this to be sort of at least 600.
Hmm.
For a six bed, we'd like it to be a little bit more, but minimum 600 just to give you that bit of margin for error, just in case, you know.
Yeah.
And if you were to give him 2.5, and if you were to be able to get 3.5 for it, which would be 5 rooms at 600, and then the sixth single room at 500, it would take you 10 and a little bit months to get your money back in terms of what you've invested.
Yeah.
And that's if you were to give him, well, that's if we got it at 2.2, so it'd probably take you a bit longer than that because you'd be paying at 2.5. And we try and give him half, like 2 weeks as a deposit rather than. Has he mentioned a
Oh
deposit
no.
to you?
Yeah, he said he usually takes the first 2 months as a
First two
deposit. I was
months,
like,
yeah. Okay, well, we try and negotiate that with him, and we try and
yeah.
get, like,
I was like, fuck me, mate. Like,
help me out, mate. Just get
yeah, you know what I
started.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Not to worry. Um. So yeah, as we can see, if you were to put 5,750 into it, if you were to give him 1 month up front and then 2 weeks as a deposit, and rented it out for 3.5, you'd be making 475 a month, which is still a
Yeah,
little
and
bit
is that
on
is
the.
that all rooms full as well, though, isn't it?
That's all rooms full, yeah. And we'd like to have a little bit more leniency. Like, ideally, we like to have a room and a half of profit just to give
Yeah.
you that margin. So, you know, rather than only being 500 profit, we'd like it to be 700 ish
Yeah.
because then you just have that when you do have a room empty, which does happen every now and again. It won't happen for very long, a couple weeks max. But just when that does happen, you're still making a couple £100 just so that it's ticking over and paying for itself, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas when you've got your margin so thin, it kind of reduces your your leeway, and you sometimes losing money when you've got that empty room. So we like you to
Yeah.
have at least sort of £600-700 meat on the bone. So looking at the numbers, I think the most you could offer, like I messaged you, I think would be, let's say we did 2-300, which isn't like really far off.
Yeah.
I think that would probably get you where you want to be roughly 675, still a little bit on the low side,
Yes.
but better than what we were looking at originally.
Yeah.
So 675 still okay, and it would take you 7.07 months to get your money back if you were to
Yeah.
invest 5,450.
Yeah.
That's why I think 2.2 would be ideal, just because it just gets you just above that. But I mean, if he was being like really stubborn on the negotiation, we could probably stretch to this, and we could maybe do really make the rooms really nice. And the fact that you're offering no deposit should be able to maybe get 610 for some of the rooms, maybe
Yeah.
615 for some of the bigger ones. So we could creep it up so we can get this over 700. Worst case scenario. But I
Yeah.
think at 2.2, that's where it kind of looks like a proper deal, like
Do
comfortably.
you reckon I could go at him with that at
Yeah,
2,200?
yeah, that's where we
Yeah.
start for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's where we could start because it's more than fair. And
Let me make some notes here now as well.
yeah, I think that's more than fair because he's saying he can rent it to the council for around 2.5. But again, there's going to be problems that come with that.
The only problem I think there is with that property is so it's not got parking on the front. There
Okay.
is like a wall and then a
Yeah.
little bit, and he said he would be willing to knock the wall down if I asked him to. but like three houses down, there's a shop, and next to it, there is like what's it called when it's for the house?
When it's what,
Can't remember
sorry?
the name of it. It's like the parking is for the house, but it's
Ah,
I
okay,
don't
so
know.
like
Permit, yeah, it's like a permit. Like they've got their own permitted space
permit
that's
base, yeah.
restricted for that house. And they walk around the back, so they have
Right.
got parking. It's just not like right on the house, and it's
It's
just
not
not.
right outside.
No, it's not like big. It's not like they probably get two cars there.
Okay, so there's two cars space for off-road parking, so you'd have to
Yeah,
do like first come first serve basis with that one.
yeah,
We've got an HMO where we do that, but it's there's probably like six spaces, but it's a 10 bed. So we used to get a lot of arguments with the tenants, but we just said, look, it's first come first served. You lot got to figure it out between you guys. Like if someone parks in there, that's their space, and then if they leave, someone else can have it. But
yeah,
um, where would other people park? A little bit down the street or around the corner or?
yeah. There is places on the street opposite the road, and then obviously if you knock that wall down, I reckon you can get maybe one or two cars on there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's something you can mention to him.
Mm.
Um, it people do like to be able to see their car, but it's not a deal breaker. Like
Yeah,
often people that are going to be staying in the house, some of them might not even drive. So
yeah,
sometimes where you've got groups of contractors, they might have one work van between them.
yeah,
That could be okay because that could fit. But yeah, it's not a deal breaker. It's just a nice touch to have. But with HMO, the people that are going to be renting the rooms, oftentimes they might not even drive, so it's fine.
right.
More of a deal breaker when you're doing SA or you've got a smaller house. If you've got it on Airbnb and Booking.com, it tends to be they like to be able to see the car or the work van. But with HMO
Yes,
and splitting the rooms, I think that's not a huge deal.
yeah,
So yeah, I think 2-2 is a fair place to start at with him.
yeah,
Inside the program, we've got the most recent way we offer. So over email, you could send him an email. I know he's your mate, but it's still good to be professional and stuff.
yeah. I've not actually got his email. I've only got his WhatsApp.
Okay, well, you can WhatsApp him and just
Yeah,
ask him for his email address.
yeah,
And just say you want to shoot an offer over. It'd be a
yeah,
good progress for us to make our first offer just to practice. He might come back to you and say no. He might come back to you and say, could you get it up to 2, 2, 3? In which case we can have a conversation about that and see. But I
yeah.
wouldn't, I
Is that
wouldn't.
is that is that message? Is that in the modules again? Sorry, the
Yeah,
email.
so it will be in the offers section of the program.
Yeah,
And then there'll be the most recent offer that we've used from our most recent deal. So it'll be
yeah,
like labeled offer 2025 or something like that.
yeah,
And then literally you can just copy that. We like to include a couple comparables if possible. So if there's any other like HMOs or six beds that are in the area within a mile and
yeah,
you can see them online, um, hopefully there's a couple that are listed for like 2, 3 around that price, 2, 4, and maybe you can just show him, look, like we're looking at these as well. Here's a couple comparables. Um, this is why our price is this much because we just want to make sure it's a long-term thing that we're doing here. We don't want to over sort of promise and under deliver, you know.
yeah,
Rather like, especially as I know you like, and we're kind of mates. I don't want to like promise the world and then not be able to do it.
yeah,
But obviously, in order to provide a good service, we have to be profitable. Otherwise, it's just not going to work, and we're going to end up giving the keys back, and it's just a big waste of time for everyone.
yeah. And is that would you mention in that about the is it the 6 months
Yeah,
where you can
yeah, that's all in there. That'll be all included in the offer.
yeah,
So you could have a 6 month break clause just to, make both parties feel comfortable with if it wasn't working, 2 months notice and you would leave or he could ask you to leave. So that just gives you selling the exit is what we call it. So you both
yeah,
have a way out and it just makes you feel more comfortable so you're not tied into something that isn't working. But the ideal scenario is it is working and he's happy he's getting this 2200 every month without even
yeah,
batting an eyelid, and you're doing the graft and making sure it's tenanted and making your 775 roughly.
yeah,
But as I said, we could probably go to 250, maybe even 2, 3 at a stretch, but I wouldn't like to go above that just for your first one, just to make sure we're profitable, for a six bed.
yeah. So sweet, that's fine with me. And then what sort of things would I be looking at now? Then say like would I be looking at advertising in that area, or am I looking
Yeah,
at
yeah.
like
Yeah, yeah,
stuff?
yeah, cool. So I think in between, well, we want to offer quite quick because obviously if he's got other people that are going to come and look at it and stuff,
Yeah.
and he's got an offer from the council that I don't know if he says it's on the table or he needs them to come and have a look at it.
Yeah, I think they'll come
But
and look at it over this next week, he said.
yeah,
Then he's
okay,
asked me to go back next weekend when it's done.
okay, so we've got a few days then. So
Yeah.
in between now and then, it'd be good to get a dummy ad up.
Yeah.
So there's a tutorial on in the program where it shows you how to do a dummy ad on Spare Room.
Right.
Yeah, and we will list an advert of the property, try and nick some photos from either the advert that's already up, if there is one, for the communal areas, and then if you need, I can send you some photos of some of ours just to have up there on Spare Room, just to try and get some attention.
Great.
Generally speaking, just the bedrooms is what people are going to be really looking at. So I'll send you some photos of some nice bedrooms
Yeah.
that you can use, and we'll get you to use the same sort of headline and language that we use in our ads. So
And are you just listing that on Spur Room?
yeah, we'll list that on Spare
Yeah.
Room and do a bold advertisement as well so that it goes at the top and stays at the top.
And
And
with that, and I'm going to go through the modules and stuff and obviously go
yeah,
through it. And I'm sure you say it in there, but do you put in like the postcode and stuff like that? Does it matter that it like you don't actually own the property yet, or do you just kind
yeah,
of like put,
doesn't matter with Spare Room. It's
yeah,
actually quite cool like that where you don't actually you have to put the postcode in to actually advertise, but it doesn't show the postcode or anything like that on the advert, so no one can see that.
yeah, and then are you just looking for people to like interact sort of thing
Yeah,
rather than
yeah, we're
people
going
who
to be
want to,
looking at the data. So we want to see like how many people click on the ad, how many people engage with it, how many people message you. You're going to start getting some messages from potential tenants. So it's just all research at this point, and you're just collecting data so you can make an informed decision.
yeah,
But we've had some people that have done it in the past, and they get groups that are contacting them saying that we're really looking for a property like in that area. Sometimes it will be groups of 5 or 6 that are working in the area that need it for 4 or 5 months, and you can kind of start negotiating with them already so that when it comes round to you going through the offer
you can just get it
with him,
sold straight away.
yeah, and it gives you more confidence when before you make that decision as well. And you can even
And
tell Alex, look,
are you trying to sell that through Spur Room then? Or are you trying to get them to like bank transfer it over whatever it is?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, like most people want to have a look at it before they pay, but
Mm.
um, obviously you're going to have the photos up, and then you try and arrange like maybe a viewing for them to come and have a look.
Mhm.
Like, and you could say to Alex, look, I've got people that are very interested in it. Would you mind if I come and like had a look with them? And then potentially that could be how we could get something done. You know, if you feel comfortable enough doing that with him, I don't see why it would be an issue.
Yeah.
It just shows that you're bang on it, you know, and you've already got people lined up, which I think will be quite reassuring for him,
Yeah.
especially if they're like working people that are already in a company. That's gonna be like music to his ears, you know. So
Right.
um, trying to arrange a viewing. I don't know if you've got a video of that property, but
No, so I'm trying to get one.
yeah, but that'd
Oh,
help.
fuck.
That'd
Yeah.
help. That's all right. That's fine. But obviously, if
To be
you
fair, at
had
the minute it does look awful to not put the carpet in. It's all up and
okay,
bombshell,
okay.
isn't it?
Well
So I
then
don't know.
wait. Well then wait.
Yeah.
Wait for it to be done. And then maybe view. Ask if you can view it again when it is done.
Mm.
And just take a quick video. Just say to them, I hope you don't mind. Just take a little video. And I've got some people that are interested, but it'd be good to show them how it's looking now, and then maybe that would help me out with marketing it and getting the deal done. You know, but
Yeah.
you're just basically collecting data, looking at the information, looking at the different people that are going to be messaging you. You want to
Yeah.
see that it is of in demand as well. So if you don't get any messages, obviously that's not a great sign. But I imagine that you will if you price it
Mm.
right. It's a supply and demand thing, and there's probably a lot more people looking than there are available rooms. So yeah, great way to test, and then that will sort of give you a bit more confidence over the next few days, and then try and get back in there and have a look when it's done. And I
Yeah.
think we could be potentially looking at making our first offer, but let's not rush. Let's do a bit of
Yeah,
research.
that's what I was going to say first. So, should I not? I shouldn't send like an email over soon, should I? Should I wait to
Well,
hold off?
Well, yes and no. I mean, I do feel like at 2-2 it's going to work anyway. Like I do feel
Mm.
like there's no such thing as not being able to rent a property really in today's market.
Yeah.
As long as you price it right and you market it right, the people will come. So I would be comfortable sending an offer now because I know the market and I know that people are going to come and take it. But I understand that it would be good for you being new to it to get a bit of data first. But
Mm.
if you do feel like he's in a rush and he could
Yeah,
just,
yeah, I feel like he is in a rush and he could just do it. I'd rather just send the offer and if it doesn't come off,
yeah, if
then
you feel like you're going to message him, he's going to say, oh, do you know what, mate, it's done.
yeah,
Someone's taking it, then it might be good to put an offer in just to give him something to think about, you know?
yeah, I'll probably put the offer in. I'll have a look at the email. I'll probably just send it in tonight. And then what I'll do is when I get home from PT tonight, I'll just get straight onto spare room and
Yeah,
then I'll try and get an advert up straight away. So then
yeah,
I'm doing both at the same time.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That will, that way you put your name in the hat then.